Alright, so right now we're going to work on a question in Homework 1A for in Stats Portal. And I'm going to pull up the question, and I'm going to read the question, and then we're going to talk about how to solve for it. And I'm going to explain why, out of the questions in 1A, that we're doing 9 while I'm reading it and while I'm explaining the question. So the question says, the population of the United States is aging, though less rapidly than in other developed countries. Here's a stem plot of the percents of residents age 65 and older in 50 states and the District of Columbia. The stems are whole percents and the leaves are tenths of a percent. There are two outliers. Alaska has the lowest percent of older residents and Florida has the highest. Okay, so just the last part, let me explain that the two outliers, Alaska would be right here, 6.8, so you should be following my mouse if you're looking at the screen, and I'm right here, 6.8. And then Florida has the highest, which is 16.8. And then to go back on the question, it says the stems are the whole percents. That is referring to 6, so that's 6%, that's a whole percent, and the leaves are tenths of a percent, so the leaves to the right side is 6.8, so that's the tenth part. So that's how you read the stem plot, 6.8, 8.8, 9.7, and so forth. So the question is, the center of the distribution is close to. So you have three options. Let's just eliminate one of the answers right now. We can eliminate C because the question is, what is the center close to? And so this option gives you 5.7 to 17.6, and that's pretty much the entire range of numbers in your stem plot. So we can eliminate that. That's not even close to what the center is. And then there's two. Well, the reason this question is confusing is because it doesn't tell you what kind of center it wants you to define, the mean or median. But for this particular question, it's not necessary to know if they're referring to the mean or median. So the first option of solving for this is just doing a hard count and finding where the median is. And so doing that, you do a hard count. You 16.8, 6.8, and then you narrow down to where it all meets in the middle. And the median is 12.8 right here. If you're calculating the mean, and you do that by putting all of these numbers into your calculator in list 1. And sometimes you're going to be really tempted to do that because you just want to get the answer right away. But in putting all those numbers in the calculator, you look at all the numbers that are here. There's a lot of numbers to put in, and so that's going to take a long time. So I mean, you're going to be tempted to do it. Then at the same time, you're not going to be tempted because it's going to take a while. So you're going to have to put 6.8, 8.8, 9.7, 9.9, and all of these numbers. And then getting the mean after you calculate the first var stats, it's the mean is 12.6. So the median is 12.8 and the mean is 12.6. So there's two answers, but really the answer that we want is 12.7. And so I guess the center of the distribution that they're referring to here is the mean, because in the calculator we pull out 12.6 or close to 12.7. And that's how you solve for number 9, answer 12.7.